Namaskaram and welcome to yet another portrait video. So here I'm trying to draw the portrait of none other than the silent sage of Arunachala. So I'm drawing Ramana Maharshi from Tiruvannamalai. So in my life he is very special. So at the moment I'm drawing the outline before I add the details. So trying to get the facial structure correct. So if you have not heard about Ramana Maharshi was born as Venkataraman Iyer at Madurai. So he got his realization when he was a child in Madurai itself. And then after a while he heard about Arunachala. He had heard only about the Arunachala in some of the scriptures, but he didn't knew that Arunachala was actually the real place. So when he asked one of his relative where he was coming from, he learned that he has indeed came from the Arunachala from Tiruvannamalai. So that motivated him to leave his house. He was a teenager at the time, so he left Madurai. He went to Tiruvannamalai, and if you know, there's a fire element temple, the Arunachala Iswara temple in Tiruvannamalai. So he reached over there and he hugged the lingam inside the sanctum, and he came out. And then for him, the past was over. So he meditated inside the temple for a long time. Over there, like a lot of other children saw him motionless in deeper meditation, but these children didn't understood what he was doing, so they started hitting him with stones or something, but he didn't even move. Another time, the another saint from Tiruvannamalai, that is the Sheshadri. So he found this boy over there meditating deeply. So he took care of him. So eventually, after that, he did meditation over there as well. He left from there. If you want to learn more about Ramana Maharshi, you can search in the internet. There's a website of the Ramana Maharshi ashram website. You can learn a bit over there. And if you want to learn more, you can search for David Godman. So David Godman is a person he has done extensive research on Ramana Maharshi and rest of the things, and you can find that out. If you look in the YouTube as well, he got a YouTube channel where he discusses a lot about Ramana Maharshi, so you can learn more about that. So one of the reasons why Ramana Maharshi was considered as a Maharishi was one of the reasons because uh, he created his own spiritual method, and not we cannot say a method, but actually it's the way of the Jnana Yoga to know who actually you are. So there's a very popular book for the teachings of Ramana Maharshi. It's called like Who Am I? So you can also like buy it or download it, search it somewhere, and then you can read that book. So that was the biggest contribution, and some other people found out that like this was a new thing which didn't existed in any of the scriptures. So because of this contribution to the spiritual realm, he was titled the Maharishi. So his samadhi is still there in Tiruvannamalai. I've been there many times. So you can say that like one of the first spiritual experiences I had was in Tiruvannamalai. That's how I got moved into more and more meditation. I used to travel there every time I get the opportunity. I even like took some of my colleagues where I worked with to the place. So it's a very profound place, and even though like he's no longer there physically, his samadhi is there. On the side, the interesting thing about Ramana Maharshi is many people actually got enlightened through him throughout the time while he was there, and there were like a lot of crazy stories regarding that. One of the more popular other people are the Punja Papaji. I think you must have heard about him. And if you are watching latest videos regarding the Muji who lives in Portugal, Muji was a disciple of Punja Papaji. So there's a very interesting story between the encounter between Punja ji and then the Ramana Maharshi. So you can also like a search about that one. But now like I'm working on the details of the eyes of the Ramana Maharshi. So the interesting thing about Ramana Maharshi is like he rarely spoke. So that's why he's called like a silent sage. And many people who just met him, they got the experience immediately. So basically what you referred was the experience of the self based on his teaching. So in terms of the newer term, we can also refer to as a presence or something like that. So basically like he was able to give the experience to the people who have never done meditation in their entire life. One of the encounter is the Chinmayananda. I think you must have heard about the Chinmayananda. So Chinmayananda, when he was a youngster, or maybe he was in a college at the time, I'm not actually sure the timeline, but he reached Tiruvannamalai, and the moment he met Ramana Maharshi gave him the experience. But at the time like he was not mature enough, so Chinmayananda didn't knew that what it was, so he left. He thought that like Ramana Maharshi was a person who was hypnotizing him. But later on, like after his spiritual practices, after many years, Chinmayananda recollected that whatever he have gained after long spiritual practices and sadhana was given very easily by the Ramana Maharshi himself. So Ramana Maharshi was capable of doing all that, and he barely had a teaching, so or practices or method or something. His only teaching was you need to dig deeper and find out who you really are. So one of the fundamentals of his teaching is part of the Advaita Vedanta. So what his basic teaching is basically whatever changes is not real, and whatever does not change is only real, and that constant that does not change is you. So you have to ask that question and dig it deeper. So yeah, so like you can read a lot. This is not a spiritual discourse or anything like that, but if you have never been to Tiruvannamalai, I highly recommend you to go to the Tiruvannamalai. You can visit the Arunachala temple as well. There's a place where Ramana Maharshi meditated, and then you can visit the Ramana Maharshi ashram as well. which is the on the western side of the uh, hill of the Arunachala. And Arunachala, to speak a little bit about the Arunachala hill is considered as a Shiva himself by Ramana Maharshi. So Ramana Maharshi never had any teacher, any guru, but for him, the hill itself was the teacher itself. So there are many places, for example, Kailash is considered as a abode of Shiva and everything, but according to Ramana Maharshi, the hill, the Arunachala hill, is the Shiva himself. So after he came back, when he was a teenage, when he came to Tiruvannamalai, he never left. So he never left around like 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers diameter. He didn't never left. He was on the hill all the time, and all the people visited him, including Swami Yogananda as well. So there are like many stories regarding him. He met a lot of people. And interesting thing is, not only the humans, but also animals also got enlightened through him. So he made his own mother as a disciple who also attained liberation through him. And at the same time, there was a cow as well. The cow name was Lakshmi. So there's a samadhi of his mother and his samadhi next to each other. You can go over there, you can sit over there, and you can experience something beyond it. And you don't need to do anything. You just need to sit over there and let the Ramana Maharshi do the thing, and you can have some experience over there. So that's it. I think like my picture is nearly complete. So I hope you like this portrait. Please like, share and comment on this video, and please tell me what do you want me to draw next. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.